Hello and welcome back. It's time for another drum studio tour. I'm back at Doghouse Music in Lafayette, Colorado, where you may remember I was here a couple of years ago filming another behind the scenes video. By the way, this background music is an original tune titled From 428 by myself and fellow musician Ben Slack from Great Britain. If you like it, it's available for download from Hurt Records at the link in the description. So let's get right to it.
Okay, so here is the humble abode for my drums. One of the things I did differently this year was the black backdrop. About 7 feet tall, and above that I put the sound foam to stop the lower end frequencies from bouncing around too much. And I'm really happy with the sound of the studio this year acoustically. In terms of lighting, I have the same setup as last year. I have 2 box lights overhead and 1 LED light in the background, as well as a light in the kick drum. So I was super excited this year to get a new drum kit. Instead of the Gretsch drums I was playing on all the previous videos, I had a mixture of mostly Catalina Gretsch drums as well as 1 renowned tom. I replaced those with a Sonor Select Force maple kit. It's a 22-inch kick, a 10, 12, 14, 16-inch tom, and I have a 8-inch tom as well. Did not come with a snare, and I didn't need a snare because I mostly use, and I'm very happy with, this DW Performance Series steel snare. The tom heads that I use are all Evans 360 G2 on top and Evans 360 G1 on bottom. And I also have I got a different snare head. I usually use Remo snare heads, but this year I went with an Evans 360 EC head, which this year I tuned my snare quite a bit lower. This head serves that well. And I have a Power Stroke 3 bass head on the kick drum. For cymbals, I have all Sabians this year. Last year, and a lot of the previous videos, I had a few Paistes as well. My 14-inch Paiste hi-hat that I had used for 20 years before this finally cracked. It has to be a record for lasting that long. And I replaced it with this HHX Evolution hi-hat, which I love. It has this shimmery quality and dark tones. It's just an amazing hi-hat. And one of the things I wanted to do this year was get an auxiliary hi-hat, which I did over here on the right. And I was going to get a 13-inch, but I decided on this 14-inch AAX Xplosion hi-hat. And it has quite a brighter tone than this darker HHX, which contrasts well. So I didn't need the 13-inch. And the positive side of getting another 14-inch hi-hat is if I want to use it for the main, I can. And then I replaced the Paiste Novo China with this 21-inch Sabian Holy China, the AAX line, which has a really high cut, and it has a faster response. And that brighter tone contrasts nicely with this darker tone of this 19-inch Paragon. And all of my Paragons kind of migrated over here to the right. The remaining ones are this Paragon 19-inch China, the 20-inch Crash, and then the 21-inch Ride. The remaining cymbals are more or less the same. I have these 2 18-inch Crashes, the Evolution on the left and the Studio AAX on the right, and then the same stacker setup with a 12-inch AAX China on top and a 14-inch AAX Xplosion Crash on the bottom. And this AAX Splash, 10-inch Splash is also new. And for hardware, I think I have all the same hardware as I've had before. I have these DW9000 double bass pedals. Kind of a mixture of cymbal stands, a few DW, some Pearl, some Tama, and this DW3000 hi-hat stand. The auxiliary hi-hat clamp is new, that's also DW, and this DW tom stand I've had for a while. And that's about it for the hardware.